Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more on here. Interesting how if you're further away from your picture, you absolutely see your errors. When I'm up here looking down, I can see that a lot of my diagonal angles are off. Um, just lots of stuff. So it's important to step back regularly. You don't want to draw flat like I am. Um, if I could figure out a way to draw on the wall and have you see it and step back like I do in the class, that'd be great. But just remember, periodically, stand back. Prop it up, step back, go outside, tape it to the wall, whatever. Just being up here, I can see problems. So make a mental note. I'm going to go back and just draw some more. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to show you the 3 weeks that you're going to be doing this, but just kind of letting you see the process here. So from being up there, I know that I did something off here with the angle, but you want to keep things really loose. Something you could do too is as you get closer and closer to accuracy, you can actually switch pencils, like switch to a color pencil, or just more pressure. Best thing to do is just start again. Just keep drawing this like over and over. Look, I had this egg in the whole wrong place. Keeping in mind I have a 1/4 inch off of there. That might throw you off, so it's helpful to just mark off. You could even measure, okay, 1/4 inch. Boom. Pretty small sliver, but it'll keep you from drawing something that's not there. You can see just going like that on the bottom. Now I know this is where my actual thing ends. So when I'm down here, I'm not going to go off the edge as much as it says. So we're kind of looking at this as a whole first. Starting to get to know these relationships. The scale of things. I'm actually making this darker than I normally would because I want you to be able to see it from up there. This splits this right in half. See how I can make those little notes to myself? This is split directly in half visually. So I can go like that, and that tells me where this thing is going to start. And then I can start looking at this shape. So this is an evolution. I'm starting to see some interesting shapes that I might not have noticed before. And that this is sort of a flat, vulnerable edge that I didn't see before. It's not really a circle. It goes up, and then it goes over. It goes sort of up and broken like that. This goes sort of down. Great exercise for making sure things fit together and what lines up. Even in a drawing without a grid, a lot of times we'll use verticals to help assess where things are, what's above what, what's to the left of what, what's larger than what compared to the scale of the rectangles. It's just a helpful tool. Like over here, this is about 2/3 over, a little under, so I can kind of go like that, and that lets me know where this thing hits right next to the center. Keep that center constantly in mind because that center will teach you a little bit halfway, so I have it too high. Just keep talking about it to yourself. This one is a little over half, boom, boom, so I can hear. That tells me I have it way too big. But with drawing, it's always best to be too big than too small. Everything shrinks. Every giant head turns into this tiny little head. Everything people draw gets shrunk. So it's good to start out larger. and then make those corrections later. If you make a little mark like that, little mark there, that's helpful too. It's about 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This hits about here. This is where those wonderful little shapes of value help you draw. When I fill that triangular type shape, it provides me information about where things are, even better than a line would. Now this drawing is just for you to get it accurate. We're not going to be doing a regular thing with it. We're going to use it as a stepping stone to another technique, watercolor technique. But we still want to use all of these measuring tools to get it right. So that's where this gestural study is going to help it. The more accurate this, the better. I'm dividing this into 3, boom, 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 because this is here, this is here. I'm seeing the egg here. There we go. Or whatever it is, just whatever you call it. But see, now I'm starting to use more structural shapes, and little by little I'm getting a little more confident, so I can press more, I can use different color pencils, I can do whatever I need to do to get familiar with these relationships between shapes. See how this thing has moved around a million times already? Something that helps too is you can go like that on an angle and then lift it up and put it over here and see if it matches up. It's not foolproof, but it's a great way to kind of get you in the right direction. I'm not trying to make it look pretty, I'm just literally using this value as a guide. Even pixelated, I can get stuff out of this. So I'm basically just shifted from line gesture into more mass gesture. There's another nice opportunity for a shape of value. So I'm still looking for the general way things move here. This little corner right there is how I know if my stick thing is in the right direction, because it's right about here. You can see how off this is now, because this connects over to this dark here, which is this, and that tells me this needs to be adjusted. So the angles are going to keep changing the more you block it in. So enjoy, take your time, and be curious to see the outcome at our next meeting.